After the music festival and all of the summer activities that have gone on, what exactly is the plan for the future? Obviously going back into lessons and studying and trying to... Did she actually think of her future plan? I can't remember what was put on the sheet. But how can we forget Mugi's attempt to get the same kind of relationship that Ritsu and Mio do? Can't say it exactly worked though. But it's enjoyable, so what's there more to say other than, well, let's get back to school and watch some K-On! Very, very well. Summer break always did seem like a really long stretch of time. And then once you grow older, it's like, oh, actually, time moves incredibly quick. And of course, after the break from school, how is everyone's study routine? And how's the teacher been? How's her break? I didn't actually check to see if the turtle shifted places in the cuts. The fact that this video is so uncoordinated and filled with basically, well, errors, kind of matches them quite well. Which actually makes me think, what was after... Is there a K-On! After school when they're actually in college or grown up or anything like that? Get a bit of closure. Not that it's over yet. She's shining. I'd almost forgotten about the music that they play in front of the entire school. A good goal. I'm not entirely sure what the plan would be if that's the only criteria to make sure not to have. Showing her jogging to school again and meeting up with the old woman. Nice continuation. I mean, yes. But how much of it, yeah, is training and more out of necessity? It 5 kilometers is still quite a distance, especially if you haven't been running much. Yeah, not exactly marathon attire. Well, I'm half oh, cool. I was half expecting it's a shock, crazy flavor or something. But of course, yeah, if Moogie's making it, then it's going to be at least edible. It's not that expensive, but yep, it was only Moogie that got to go last time, so now she can brag about getting into the car. What? They actually animated her doing the indicator and turning? Just mention any sort of food, and yeah, you've brought her attention. As long as she doesn't eat any of the ingredients before it gets there. You're scaring the poor girl. Stop. The long distance running that I had to do back at school was basically just around a forest. And then the longer distance one was around the forest twice or more. It's quite a lot to remember just from that quick rundown, though. Oh no, that's stealing! You have to give it back. I would like to know kind of how much of K-on's runtime is them eating. Gave it to you is a not quite. What's you going to do? Dance to rain dance to the gods to make sure that it gets cooled off. Or any other superstition, yeah, that works too. Don't think it was successful. It could just be really, really fine rain, though, so. This is a really big event. There was nothing ever like this at my school. Oh, I thought she had almost given up already. So if it only just started. You can see a lot of people overtaking them, but you don't want to start off fast, though, and wear yourself out. Is there a special last place conciliation prize or photo? Yui's posture probably isn't the best for running. Of course, there's going to be one, at least, who isn't quite up to the task of running. Didn't know who it was going to be, though. That perked her up. Can't look bad in front of Mio. As right as you can expect from her. It would give her the encouragement to break through any walls and keep running. Oh no, they've hit the first hurdle. Getting distracted by all the shops. Oh no. Getting blown off course and then getting lost because of a cat or a dog. She's far too excitable. It's almost like this is the first time she's ever seen any of this. There were some really fast people when there was long distance running at school. I didn't do very well. I'm not built for long running. She's really out of breath compared to the others. Kind of a good idea. I was half expecting Yui to be unable to keep up with the singing while running. It's too much for them. Oh no. Do they remember the words? Why did I guess that in advance? Okay, see ya. Are you sure? I think for Yui to be able to process anything, she has to be standing still. Multitasking isn't her strong point. I think it's quite evident what she's thinking about. Yeah, wasn't that what you were just doing? Nice. Where's this coming from? Ah. Is 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 Yui there? Are they dragging her along at the back? How many of the students kind of dropped out of running and you didn't even notice she wasn't there? Didn't the constant lack of any moaning or dumb comments kind of tip you off? Did they just suspect that she's lost instead of collapsed on the path that they have been running? Why not backtrack a little? It's not the marathon's fault. You went straight into the we're going to have to live off the land. Did she pop in to go visit the grandma on the way? Having something like that at the finish line would actually make me want to, get it over and done with faster. This seriously can't be the first time that Yui's ever gone missing, though. UFOs wouldn't want her. They'd return her straight from where they abducted her from. There should be people kind of at marked places along the route, though. Like the other teachers and whatnot. I'm not even pleased I got that correct. I mean, it was kind of obvious it was going to happen. The fact it showed her off at the beginning kind of tipped us off there. Did she forget that she was meant to be running? Okay. And then never stopped the break. Superficially. If it was anything properly bad, then I'm sure the old woman would actually apply much more gratuitous first aid and take her to a doctor. But I don't think you should be rewarding Yui with a slow run to the finish line after the antics that she just pulled. Hopefully they've got enough bandages to patch up Ritsu now. Are you going to actually make it to the finish line? Great. Was it what? There's one too little? So the last person can't have one. Well, food is a great motivator. I don't think they would have bought exactly enough just for one each student. There would be a few extras just in case. That's where she's getting all of the energy. It's a photo finish. Moogie's not making the most gracious of faces, graceful of faces there. Ah. Oh, good recovery. Try not to draw attention to yourself. I think doing that would be better than just falling flat on your face, though. I'm sure no one really cares that much, though. It should be fine. They've got their own, haven't they? Did they not tell her that she's been found? Maybe you can eat some edible mushrooms, stay alive, build a shelter. You'd hope that after a while, she would go back and check if there's been any updates. Of course, this episode was filled with a load of the usual K-On! Antics, and antics is a good word. And even though they were quite obvious and could be quite easily guessed, still funny. Sometimes you don't want something to be unexpected. I don't believe they're going to enjoy the scolding that the teacher's going to give them, though, after that. Especially Yui. We've only seen them take care of the instruments a few times. You're speaking a bit too early there. Still don't think there's anywhere close to a real club. Of course, this wouldn't be a proper episode of K-On! If there wasn't the obligatory joke at the teacher's expense. At least this time it was only her walking around in the woods lost and alone, rather than a dig at her personal life. A lot of K-On's jokes kind of work the same way. There's a gradual increase in them all actually getting along and things working out, and then Yui does something and it dives off a cliff again. Now just repeat that about 5 times. Now, if you all wanted to do some marathon training, you probably wouldn't be here, so why not enjoy some more anime? If you want to make sure not to miss anything in the future, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed K-On! And want to see more, leave a like and a comment down below. Otherwise, Yui's going to steal your last mochi or something. Is that a compelling threat? Who knows? Oh well, get some rest. See you in the next one. I need to thank my patrons for always running with me. So Sal, Raywin, Electric Ant, Denman 1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfired, Big Boy, Dark Shadow 7899 and everyone else. If you weren't there with me, I would have probably fell by the wayside a long time ago. If you would like to stumble through the woods whenever I get off track, then consider joining onto my Patreon as well.